Monetizing Christianity, the gospel of greed. Monetizing religion, the process of converting spiritual beliefs and practices into profit-making endeavors, is a multifaceted and controversial phenomenon that intersects with economics, ethics, and spirituality. We will look at various aspects of this topic, including its historical context, contemporary manifestations, implications, and ethical considerations. Monetizing religion is not a new phenomenon. Throughout history, religious institutions and figures have amassed wealth and power through various means, including tithes, donations, and the sale of religious artifacts and services. In ancient times, temples and priesthoods often held considerable economic influence, controlling resources and receiving offerings from devotees. During the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church amassed vast wealth through tithes, indulgences, and the sale of relics. The significant issues arose in the mid-60s when individuals began registering churches under their own names. This shift led to a lack of transparency, accountability, financial mismanagement, and authoritarian leadership styles. It has become increasingly common to encounter religious ministers diverting tithes and offerings from their congregants into personal ventures and investments. In the modern era, monetizing religion takes on new forms, facilitated by advances in technology, communication, and marketing. Mega-churches, for example, operate as large-scale enterprises, employing marketing strategies to attract followers and generate revenue through donations, merchandise sales, and ticketed events. Televangelism leverages television and internet platforms to reach a wide audience and solicit donations, often promising spiritual blessings or prosperity in return. Additionally, the proliferation of self-help and spiritual gurus has led to the commodification of enlightenment, with individuals offering workshops, seminars, and products promising spiritual growth or healing for a fee. Religious tourism also contributes to the monetization of religion, with pilgrimage sites and religious landmarks becoming lucrative destinations for travelers seeking spiritual experiences. By spreading the story of Jesus to all corners of the world, we enable people from diverse backgrounds to encounter repentance and faith. As individuals undergo profound transformations through Jesus's teachings and embrace the Great Commission earnestly, the gospel proliferates exponentially. However, in contemporary times, there is a prevailing emphasis on prosperity, miracles, signs, and wonders, with salvation often relegated to a secondary position. The monetization of religion raises several ethical and societal concerns. First and foremost, it can lead to the exploitation of believers who may be vulnerable to manipulation or coercion in pursuit of spiritual fulfillment. Moreover, the commercialization of religious teachings and practices can dilute their authenticity and integrity, turning sacred traditions into consumer products designed to generate profit. Many prioritize preaching about prosperity and instantaneous miracles, seldom delving into the life and deeds of figures like Saint Ambrose, Bishop of Milan, who lived in 340 AD. Saint Ambrose of Milan, born in 340 AD, exemplified a selfless life, distributing his wealth and possessions for the embellishment of churches, support of orphans, and aid to the impoverished. He committed himself to a rigorous ascetic lifestyle. The monetization of religion raises several ethical and societal concerns. First and foremost, it can lead to the exploitation of believers who may be vulnerable to manipulation or coercion in pursuit of spiritual fulfillment. Moreover, the commercialization of religious teachings and practices can dilute their authenticity and integrity, turning sacred traditions into consumer products designed to generate profit. In addition to issues like poor governance, corruption, and politicians embezzling public funds in Africa, the Church also plays a role in perpetuating poverty among many individuals. With demands for annual first offerings, weekly contributions, monthly tithes, and regular Thanksgiving offerings, often promising substantial returns, the Church effectively absorbs a significant portion of people's incomes. This flawed theology, based on the assurance of receiving manifold blessings in return, further exacerbates financial struggles for many worshippers. The monetization of religion raises several ethical and societal concerns. First and foremost, it can lead to the exploitation of believers who may be vulnerable to manipulation or coercion in pursuit of spiritual fulfillment. Ethical considerations surrounding the monetization of religion revolve around issues of transparency, accountability, and integrity. Religious organizations and leaders have a responsibility to be transparent about their financial practices and how donated funds are used. They should also be held accountable for any misuse of funds or ethical breaches. From a broader perspective, society must grapple with questions about the commodification of spirituality and the boundaries between religious freedom and consumer protection. While individuals have the right to practice their faith and support religious institutions of their choosing, there is a fine line between legitimate religious expression and exploitative practices. The monetization of religion is a complex and contentious issue that intersects with economic, ethical, and spiritual dimensions. While religious organizations and leaders have the right to sustain themselves financially, they must do so in a manner that upholds ethical principles and respects the integrity of their faith traditions. Likewise, individuals should approach spiritual matters with discernment and critical thinking, being wary of exploitation and manipulation in the pursuit of enlightenment or salvation. Ultimately, the monetization of religion challenges us to consider the true meaning and value of spirituality in a commercialized world.